And I said, oh, that's so good. And today we have him right here in the studio. We have Edward Nanapoku, and he's one of the iconic figures of the hip life revolution right here in Ghana. Hammer of the last two. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Everything cool?
Everything cool.
Good to see you, man.
And it's, funny enough, this is the first time I meet you face to face.
Face to face, we've had conversations on social media
over the years.
Yes. Amazing. I think the first time I met you was right here at Joy FM. I think I came to do something here. I met you at the front desk. You even sent me to buy something for you at the Kokomimli Mall. You don't remember? That's about 10 years ago, man.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow. I salute.
Okay, but listening to all your productions, I keep asking myself, what goes into the creative process? This particular song, for example, what inspired the creation of the song?
Beast mode. Basically, this particular song was. It depends. Sometimes I create my own stories before I meet an artist. When I say stories, what I mean is the beat.
Yeah.
So when I meet an artist, I tell them what inspired me, and so they write towards those lines.
Wow.
So they can marry, the idea.
Wow.
But if the artist himself comes to me and says, "This be the direction I won't go," it depends on what they want. This particular one, Adam wanted the beast mode.
Wow.
So I had to, put everything aside and just call the dwarfs.
I was so amazed when I heard another one that they did. Obra for Tiny, Sarkodie, Adam trying to pay tribute to you.
That's
Yeah.
For Tiny, Kwakese, Adam, go get him. And this was a tribute to, not a tribute, yes, a tribute, yes, yeah. Thanking Hammer of the Last Two. Hammer, how did you feel when you were recording this song?
This was originally a theme song to the Hammer concert. So we didn't do it as a tribute. We did it as the theme song to the Hammer concert in 2013.
Whoa!
And the concert no come on.
Yeah.
Because man, they ran around. So eventually it was released. It was released to help with the, as a pilot for sponsorship and all that. It did its job, but my drive towards the concert was slow. Sakode initiated the concert idea. He was like, Charlie Hammer for go, what did he call it? The I Want My Money concert. The I Want My Money tour. Yeah, I mean, they wanted to give me to me back. They wanted to give back to me, and they wanted an opportunity to do that through a tour. But then I know they put my weight. I was doing other things, doing T-Flow. I was in the studio with T-Flow, deep into recording and stuff.
Wow!
And so it was dragging, and I shelved it for a while. So I think after this new album I'm about to release, we will revisit the idea of the Hammer concert.
Awesome. Hammer of the Last Two right here on Showbiz A to Z, Joe 99.7. But how do you feel about your music achievement so far?
I think that I had my fill of my run was okay. The reason why I moved on to entrepreneurship was I was bored. It was getting boring because I was stuck in one place. Studios, our life is very sad. We live in a, no window, soundproof constantly. Artists come and enjoy their small, then they leave you there on stage, they go and chill, all the glory, all the chicks. Then we did studio with me. So I was buried in the studio for so long. Studio gave me pot belly. Studio, I was very slim. My name is Slim the Hammer. Anybody who knows me knows.
Really?
Yeah. I was very slim. Studio, sitting down for a long time, eating late, working late, sitting down for long periods of time, made me, so I wanted to get out. That's why when I started the business, you saw me everywhere in the streets, standing with the salespeople, because I wanted to get out. I was bored in one. I thought I served. I served enough. Some of the boys eat nice. I feel like, I did something small. I had to go somewhere else. But I was on the phone with Sakode last year. And we were talking and he was like, "And a woman to us you. I didn't more sacrifice ya. We are Mosa. No, some masika be mumu. So, but I didn't take it serious. Later, I joined home and say, that time you finish your album, the distributors will tell you whatever they have sold. You don't know what they have sold.
Yeah.
They will tell you that we have sold 400,000. You couldn't fact check. They could go and cut some at Accra Sounds. They could go and cut on SKD. You didn't know facts. Now, Spotify and everybody now you have actual figures. And now, mom way, the thing start John way me.
Yeah, you say
I say I stop. So it took me deep into thoughts. So I started working last year.
Wow.
Intensive. Me and most of the new boys did my album top.
Wow.
I'm thinking about this Casa.
He's too dope, man.
Listen, I heard
too dope, man.
The new work, the Champagne song. Unique. I mean, where he carried the chorus past, I didn't expect it. And I thought one thing I'll give to Lynx, their ear is great. Lynx has always had a very, very good ear, and I go appeal to them. Say, I go put Starboy on my album.
Whoa, Casa.
Oh yeah, at least one song.
Yeah.
I go put them on my album. I'll put them on my album. Even if they go feature another Starboy on one song, I'm cool.
That'll be great, man.
But what I heard today is amazing.
Big ups, Kasa. Hammer, so you stopped commercial music in 2010, right? 2010?
No,
Commercially?
no, I've never done commercial.
As in active production. When did you stop?
Oh, 2013.
13 thereabout.
2013, yes.
And which year did you get into the bread business?
2014.
Wow, 14.
Yeah, 2014. After T-Flow.
So you got in before we got to know about it?
I was on the ground. Yes, I was,
Really?
Yeah. I was trying to.
Interesting. And you were the managing partner and the head of sales and marketing
Yes.
at the A1 Bread.
Yeah, but I'm still a partner.
You're still a partner.
Yeah.
What stake do you have now at this point?
Oh,
in
you
time?
want figures?
Not stake, as in what role do you have now?
Oh, no, now I do my job long time, and
Okay.
it's on autopilot. So
Okay.
I have dividends at the shop.
Oh.
The company, they pay me. I have shares there.
Okay. Okay. I get it.
So my day job is what I've stopped.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I eat for the small.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So take us through it. So when you worked there, what was your job description, daily routine?
Oh, me, I be all weather. I had a specific job of marketing and sales, head of marketing and sales. But the fact that I'm head of marketing and sales doesn't mean that I won't tackle
Okay.
something.
Okay.
So I was everywhere. I was in the factory, on the factory floor.
Wow.
I was always there around, I think, 3 a.m. I'm in the factory,
Wow.
making sure Pokwasi bread is gone, Msawam bread is gone. Like, I love the process. It was exciting, Somebody who has been in a room for a very long time, now you're on the factory floor, it was exciting.
Wow.
So people didn't even understand. You're like, Haman Pano Onuni. Like, is he the one standing here? He doesn't have to be here, So it was exciting.
Wow. Interesting. Here with Hammer of the last two, Joy 99.7 FM. Big shout outs to the grandpapa himself, Andy Dusty. Yes, he's the grandpa of DJs in this industry. And so, we're giving him his due respect. Andy Dusty.
You don't say Andy.
Is about 72 years old.
Andy, you don't say. No, but me, Ochabi Kwame have grow past me. Yes.
I'm not gonna grow like that though.
I'm 46. I'm 46 years old. And they say, don't let the grave fool you.
Andy Dusty, people want to hear your voice. They want you to confess
That what?
that you're not old.
Oh,
Really?
me and I'm say.
You see, the thing you're funny, they say,
Oh, wow.
it's very funny. Boys, they dye them hair, and it make we. No. It make we they look old. Andy, the boys are making us look old.
You see,
Hey!
grandma be in weight. That be all.
Andy Dusty.
And my gray.
Andy Dusty, they didn't hear you.
Eh?
They didn't hear what you said.
The
The
problem
micro-
is his weight. That be all.
they still can't hear you.
Grow,
Okay. So you are Hammer Senior, right?
but you why?
Say this is Kwame Fachi.
Yes.
Senior
So
professor.
hey.
Yes. Some Bambo, some B.
Hey.
He's my senior at Persec. 2.
Hey.
They my front 2. And who else?
Wow.
Bolare my mate.
Bola?
Yes. Direct
Okay.
mate.
Okay.
Then me and
Okay.
be Padis. The
Okay.
time he did cracker, I did Persec. We were friends from the time he was entertainment prefect up till we left school. So when boys see me, you know why? I think I know why.
Okay.
I think I released Obrafo too early. I was 22.
You were very young then.
I was 22 when I
Yeah.
released Paimuka,
Yeah.
99. And that made people think, that time people didn't see my face.
Yes.
So they had some hammer. So they pictured Zap, because Zap too was a man then.
Yeah.
And I was a boy. But when they say hammer and they mention Zap, they think say we did in the same league.
Equating you to
So later on, when they found out that Obrafo grew past me. Yes. So you see, when later they found out, you're like, but this guy, look, am I great to need the help? My family will get grey rough. Oh yeah, we did grey rough. So me, I got grey. Actually, I was graying around class 6, and he went and he came back doing Presec and Achimota, and he went and he came back like 30 something. So Charlie, make you people know, look me like grandpapa. There's some boy they call me grandpapa. Hey, you pa, I'm coming for your girl.
Hey, I will tell. Now, comparing the gains you've made in music to bread business, which one is higher?
What gains?
Gains as in financial gains.
Oh, that is besides the point. It's not about that. Fulfillment. I told you that it was about fulfillment. It had to do with I needed it. I needed the fulfillment.
Yeah.
I had accomplished a lot in the music industry. My accomplishment is based on the amount of people. They always say this: the richest people are the people who make enough people rich.
Okay.
You know, the man who made a lot of millionaires, he is the one. You know, there's fulfillment in that. You know, so I feel I paid my dues.
Okay.
I put a lot of boys on. I changed some lives. That is my achievement there.
Great.
You know, eat there. I eat. I always eat, but it's not about that. You know, I don't measure it. If it be about that, like I will go build houses and sell. You know, the music, it was about fulfillment.
Yeah.
You know, so that's.
But as you help other people to get their livelihood, don't you think you also needed to have something?
I do.
So the music business, I want to know if it's been lucrative so far for you as a person, as a creative.
Yeah, well, when I was doing it, it was okay. I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in the music industry, I wasn't hungry. I wasn't obviously like eating like the Nigerians are doing. I wasn't eating like the boys are eating now. But we were not hungry.
Okay.
You know, so I won't measure it on that note.
Okay.
But coming back, I'm coming as a creative and a businessman.
Okay.
Unlike first, where I was just a creative.
Did not activate the business side of the whole.
No, when I say creative, what I mean is that I'll put boys on who won't be produced by me.
Okay.
For example, if
Kasa
came to me and said he wanted me to push him out, I don't need to do his beats. I can actually put money on him and release him. So when I say I'm coming as a businessman and a creative, nobody say I can't play all the time.
Okay.
My albums I go play.
All right.
But I still go I can still put boys on whom I didn't produce actively.
Wow.
Or work on their album.
Wow.
You get it? So if you finish your album where you come where I feel say that the album they be, I can help put it out. You know, it doesn't have to be me producing it.
Great. How did the Ekumfi juice also come into the picture?
I was the biggest fan of the product. I was sponsoring something Exim Bank was doing from A1. And Ekumfi had a stand there. So I was thirsty and I bought one cold one. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I tasted. I think that Ghana is sleeping on Ekumfi, or I don't know what, but I couldn't believe what I tasted. And immediately I wanted to know more about it. I bought 20 cartons that day. And I asked for the administration's number.
Wow.
They were, dragging their feet. So the deputy CEO of Exim Bank, Rosemary Acha, I called her. She used to be my mate at St. Teresa's.
Okay.
So I called her and I told her that I just seen a product at her bank and I wanted to know more. And she was like, oh yeah, we work with the Ekumfi. So she conferenced the CEO of Ekumfi, and I told him that, look, I can help you. This product is super. Blah 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 blah. He wasn't interested. He was like, yeah, okay, we'll see. I didn't hear from him in a year. One day I was just home and he called and he's like, look, Hama, do you think you can do this? I said, yeah, I can do this. So
wow,
that's where we moved in and became key
Distributors.
distributors. And
Awesome. These are the two ventures we know that you are into. Do you
Yeah.
have others you don't want to tell us?
oh, not really. I don't-
Since you are now into serious business.
not
Businesses.
I have a friend that I help here and there. You know, he's outside the country.
Okay.
He's into real estate.
Wow.
And sometimes I build the houses for him. He sends the money and I build it for him, and then he sells it. Sometimes he comes to see how it's doing. Like here and there, nothing major,
Wow.
but I support what I can support, all for experience. You know, because you know most of the people in the US and the UK, their family, when they send money down to their family to build for them, they just chop the money.
Yeah.
So he has this venture where he takes their money and he comes to do it. And sometimes if he can't come, he trusts me to do it for them.
Wow.
So that is not really my thing, but I support. Yeah.
All right. John 99.7 FM, hammer of the last two right here with us on Showbiz A to Z. You can send in your questions 05511119997.
There are no questions.
Oh yes, they can ask you questions
Oh,
as
master.
we proceed with the conversation.
Okay.
Hammer, so I think in 2019 or so, I heard you on Xylophone FM. You said something when you were talking to Sammy Flex about your bread business, and you mentioned that I'm quoting you. You said, you would be surprised to know that most of the people selling on the streets, selling the bread on the streets, are my rappers. They are people who worry me with their demos, and I can tell you they are making a lot of money now. I want to know, do these rappers still sell the bread in the streets? And would you mind working on the
What do you mean, do these rappers? It's not about some rappers who were rappers and they came to sell. They can rap. Do you understand? It's like somebody who thinks that they can do radio, and they come here and they ask
They were
you.
wannabes.
They ask you for a chance, and you ask them to go and wash your car for you,
Yeah.
and you will be paying them for washing the car for the meantime. You know, as they are. So it's no big deal. It's not like some rappers in the industry who went to sell bread.
Oh, okay.
These are boys
Who expressed interest.
who came to me for music, and I'm like, hey, what about yeah, tompano? You know, you want money, and they were selling.
Okay, so are these people who perhaps ditched their dreams of becoming musicians for selling
no,
bread?
what ditching? Listen, you have a dream to be a journalist. Along the way, as you come, you meet things on the way
Yeah.
to survive, to get by. It doesn't mean that you throw your dream away. It's a means to an end. So it's not about people throwing their dreams away. I'm sure. Boys didn't always do this rap thing. They came across stuff
Yeah.
to survive. People are even going to school to be lawyers, and they are working at
Exactly.
KFC,
Yeah. Yeah.
trying to get by.
Yeah.
So it's not absolute. It's relative.
Great. What do you make of musicians getting side jobs?
Active musicians,
Yes, active musicians.
I think it's a distraction. Because music is a full-time job. So it's either the music or the job.
Okay.
The reason why I couldn't multitask, the reason why this album took me so long, from 2022 till now, is because I procrastinated a lot. I tried to, then I go back to work. Then I come to the studio, then I go back to work. It doesn't work. So I realized that the only thing I can do to make this thing complete is to put one down
Wow.
fully, because I put a lot of emotions in music. A lot of emotions. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I am very, very emotional. When those
Wow.
times I used to weep in the studio.
When
The
you're in the
boys-
production.
Yes, when I'm playing. And most of the boys were uncomfortable. They, when Adam and Sack them day studio and a stranger walks into the studio and I'm playing and they see that I'm about to shed a tear or something.
Wow.
They throw themselves signs. I see them throwing signs like the guy should leave. Then they will lock the door. They'll close the door.
And what caused that?
Just the pain in what I'm playing.
Wow.
I have the thing is me. That's why when you hear hammer beat, you know, say, "Oh, yeah, hammer."
Yes.
It's because it is something that I am trying to express. It could be words for a singer like him. With me, it comes through my fingers. You understand? So, my voice, if I take microphone, they go stone me for stage. It won't work. It won't work. So, me, my own day. So,
production.
after they play, it hits some particular buttons. And Ochebe Kwame was on. They were asking him, why did he only record 2 with me? And he said, "How much did you say was answer?" Like, be today you will get your song.
Yeah.
So that's what he meant. He knows.
Wow.
So it is something that. So I'm very, very emotional with music, and it takes me longer to produce than others.
Okay.
Because when I start production and I'm not feeling it, I'll stop. And I think a lot of producers need to know this. Don't push it. Take a walk. Come back tomorrow. Close the file. You can't force it. When it's not coming, it's not coming. So me, when I'm feeling it, that particular time, I'm feeling it. When I'm not, I'm not.
Wow.
So it takes me longer. When it comes, I call the artist and I say, let's go to the studio. When I'm not feeling it, you won't hear from me in a while. So that's it. It's not really
interesting. Now, you are back fully now to do business in music now. How different is your sound going to be? Are you going to maybe get into what they call the Afro sounds now? Because we have some various types of sounds coming into the system now. We know that Hammer is hip-hop inclined, if you like. Are you going to do a variety of other genres now?
No. I'll just be me. As usual.
Really?
Yeah. Hip-hop is the evolution of hip-hop.
Yeah.
Has to do with the groove. It will always be hip-hop.
Yeah.
When we used to have the New York hardcore, it moved to the West Side bounce. It came to the South crunk. It moved on. It evolved to trap. Drill. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
But it's still hip-hop. So when you want to move with the times, you just join the bounce, but stick to the hip-hop. So it's a matter of joining the bounce. The bounce now, I can see from the boys, the bounce now is the drill.
Exactly.
I'm not interested in the drill.
You are not?
I love the trap. The trap is something that I think has something great.
Wow.
I love the trap, but the drill, I don't think the drill is me.
Wow.
The drill is a little bit on the youth side. Very, very young boys. That bounce is for the very, very, very young. But the trap can survive in all ages.
Okay.
So okay. I prefer the trap.
How about once in a while experimenting with something like high life,
High life.
How am I doing some
No. What you see that's why there are different people. That's why there's variety. You see, I don't think that because you're a musician you must be able to bring everything. I mean, how many people they do high life where they bring jazz out? You see what I'm saying? It's not a must. There's enough to go around.
Yeah.
I think that if you want to be everything, you sharp on channel. Oh yes, yeah. You relax. Do what you can do. My funk is my funk. I don't think that. I believe there are people who do great high life, like Apia. I've always known Apia to be a very great high life producer.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people that like Kwame Dadzie.
Yeah.
I would trust them to do, high life and, as a matter of fact, I refer people to appear.
Oh, wow.
People who came to me at Hush Hush, they insisted that they want the high life in my flavor. And I'm like, Charlie, call up here. I'll call up here for you.
Good to hear.
Yeah, it's happen. It's not. I don't want to do it. I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to, So I think that people should, for example, Red Eye.
Yeah.
It's one of the best reggae
yes.
producers of all time.
Yeah?
When Adam was with me and we were recording his album, a second album, and he wanted a reggae song. Because Adam, originally, he was a reggae artist. I changed him to a hip-hopper. Just because I realized he could rap.
Wow.
His name was Exodus. Are you listening?
Yeah?
His name was Exodus.
Adam, go get them.
Yes.
Exodus.
His name was Exodus. And he was a dancehall artist. And he could do reggae as well. So when he came to me, I slowly transformed him into the part of him that I enjoyed, which is the rap. So after we finished the rap album and he got the notoriety, he wanted to go back to his first love and have at least one or two reggae songs. So I said, look, reggae, I mean to
Okay.
So we went to Red Eye and he played a Get to Arise.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to Red Eye. I took him to Red Eye myself. Red Eye is a genius when it comes to that.
Exactly.
He played it live. He played it live in the studio, drums, everything. So that is what I mean. Don't try and go do things where you know go fit do.
Yeah.
There's no point in. There are people there who can do it.
Yeah.
And you have to share the load.
Joe 99.7 FM, and we've been joined by Uncle Ken,
Big man.
host of Uncle Ken, host of Ken's Music Mix and Jazz on Joe 99.7 FM. Also here with Adam Mensah Chotome from the Spectator newspaper. And then we have in the studio joining us from GTA. He's the Deputy Head Corporate Affairs, Ghana Tourism Authority, Kofi Atta Kakrakusi. I would ask them to maybe ask Hammer a few questions. Then we will come back and then talk about Hammer's new project, which is in the offing now. So let me move to Uncle Ken. My uncle.
Yes, Kwame.
Yes, sir. We are here again. It's been 2 weeks, huh?
Yes, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yes,
you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And today we have Hammer in the studio.
But we had fun yesterday.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yesterday, if you didn't come to Hotel Cheche in East Legon, you missed out. We met with listeners of Joy FM. It was fun. It was fantastic.
I haven't been out for a very long time.
Oh, wow.
And, yesterday, I felt so good meeting all these people.
Yeah.
Who would tell you they listen to you, and the interactions we had with them.
Exactly.
Really, really, really nice. So
awesome experience.
Thank you to all the folks who came.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Great one.
As for Hammer, what can I say? What hasn't already been said?
No, Hammer is coming out. He's coming back fully, actively into production, music business.
He just said something that has earned my respect.
Yeah.
And that is when you asked him why he wouldn't do High Life.
Yeah.
All he intended to say to you is, I'm staying in my lane.
Exactly.
That's all he tried to tell
Yeah.
you. That he wants to stay in his lane. That's where his expertise is. And that's where he wants to keep going at.
Wow.
I mean, what else do you want? But, maybe as he grows, when he gets to a certain age, maybe after he's done all that he wants to do, he might come up with a concept album and say to himself, I'm going to try an album where I would experiment an album where I would have other
genres of music.
Yes. He can do that.
Yeah.
And he will do a marvelous job because of the experience that he has gained between now and then. So I hope he keeps that in mind, because I'd love to hear an album of that kind from him. from such a distinguished
Let's hope.
producer, you know.
Let's hope
yes,
so.
I would really like to, because he would be able to do a gospel track,
Oh yes.
a high life track.
But yeah.
couple of gospel.
A
Yeah, of
gospel
course
tracks,
you do.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they are hip hop though.
Hip-hop
Okay, so
gospel.
you see, with a gospel, it's not a genre. Like
Exactly.
it's just
The
it's
message.
just a message.
Message.
True.
You're right.
So
You're right.
you can have a jazz gospel, you can have a high life gospel, you can have a hip hop
Hip-hop
gospel,
yeah.
and it's not a genre like that. So I had
Yes. Bravo.
2000, the year 2000 or something. Yes,
Yeah.
with the Bravo.
With the Bravo.
Yeah, I had that, and so any song where they talk nyamisem, where
We
you
refer to as gospel.
yeah.
You're right. But I think that he's had a break,
A good break.
and a good break. He's had time to reflect,
Exactly.
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
while doing other things. And now he says, good. My other things, I've been able to put certain things in place,
Yeah.
so I can keep it running while I have a supervisory eye on what is happening, and come back to my love.
Exactly. I think
Simple as that.
I think I couldn't have said it better.
Simple
You
as
know,
that.
come back to my love, and what I have gained while I've been away, put it together.
I think
So-
that a lot of musicians need to take a break, and be a spectator, be
It's
an
important.
audience, and just come. It doesn't have to be as long as mine, like 10 years. It doesn't have to be as long as mine. It can be a few, months or a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Take a break. Don't go to the studio, and listen to what's happening, and come back. I think I have a different perspective now. I think that what I'm seeing, a lot of great stuff out there. I was actually actively involved in the rhetoric.
Okay.
I wasn't totally gone.
Yes.
I brought some notoriety to Sharif before he blew up.
I remember.
I remember. I just tried to be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
I think that some of the artists were being slept on. And when I see something, I just talk about it. I remember when Angel and Kwame Eugene, the Range Rover issue,
Yes, that issue.
I stepped in to talk
Yeah.
about it. Bandana's
Yes.
issue, I came in to talk about it. So I wasn't totally gone.
You've been very vocal on issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that the
He
least I
picks
can
and
do.
chooses the issues he wants to
Yes,
focus.
because I can't save the world. I can only save my world.
And with the Blacko issue,
Yeah.
we had seen a few people host him on their shows, but I think that post you made actually shot him up there.
It helped.
It helped.
It
Because
was
I'd
part
seen
of
him
it.
on a number of programs like Sammy Flares, other places.
And then
I
he was
think-
coming.
Yeah, I think that post was very controversial, if you like. And so
Yeah,
people-
I went to war with the industry.
Yeah.
Basically, I didn't, because I have a thing for new artists. I've always had a thing for the new artists, and whenever I see something that is blatantly great and being slept on, I can't keep quiet.
yeah.
So I saw what he was like. It was raw. You see, Blacko, even now, he's evolved into something else.
Yeah.
But he has another side that people haven't seen yet. And I tell you, if people see that side, they go run away.
Which one is that?
All you have heard about Blacko is him singing on trap beats.
Yes.
Let him sing on an Afro beat. They go run. Listen, I'm telling you. So far, you see, and his love for trap is what is making him stick to the trap. Even when he sang small on a hip hop beat from Sac, the countryside, you realize that it was very different
Yeah.
from what we know him to be singing all the time. So he has married his Blacko and his producer. I don't know who he is. I think I met him once. An Obrafo and Hammer situation.
Okay.
I was with Obrafo. Obrafo sounded, and Hammer and Obrafo had this sound that every time Obrafo, you hear Hammer, you think about Obrafo.
Yeah.
Until the second album, when Obrafo said, Hama me pe high life. It may call appear hoaba. That is when the heavy come out. Heavy. That's why I feared Obrafo, because I thought I knew him. And I realized that I knew the hip hop Obrafo.
You didn't know the high life.
I didn't know the high life of Obrafo, and he was vast. His knowledge of music was vast, and I was limiting him to my style.
Yeah.
So I think Blacko's producer is showing us one part of Blacko. If Blacko enter high life beat or he enter Afro beat for real, they don't go see him back. I'm serious. So that these are the things I've observed from far. Looking at the industry, I'm like, hey, this guy, if he do this song, people go run. You know, but he has his own plans, so I'll leave it to him to, you know, make that.
Awesome.
That
before I let Adam come in with his question or submission, let me ask this one. So we've now seen a number of these rappers trying to sing. Kimpaluta, Amrado. We've seen Kwame Yogurt and the rest. It's not new though, but what do you think would push some of these rappers to get into singing?
Vernacular rap.
Rappers, yeah.
Okay, let me put it this way. From where I sit, it's easy to sell vernacular in a singing format than in a rap format, because sing songs have melody. Rap songs are words, so the beats drive rap songs. There's no melody in the singing. If you listen to Zibote, we still don't know what you were talking about.
Okay,
but we love it because it's a sing song. Premier Gao. Recently, I saw a TikTok video translating the words. I never thought of it. I never knew these words. And so, what I've deduced from this is that it is easier for a sing song to cross over, like Ashake.
Yeah.
With the Yoruba.
Okay.
He can cross over with it because it's a sing song.
Because of the melody.
But if you rap in Yoruba, you go hung. Kombedo rough. So the whole point about this thing is that Sarkodie has suffered out there. The reason why he has transformed to an English rapper is he has to move on. Because the vernacular rap will limit you. And so he has done well with this the last album, No Pressure.
Yeah.
That was a crazy English rap. I didn't even think that Sarkodie could rap that much English. You know, I was very, very, very impressed.
But one thing Sarkodie also does is to lace his verses with catchy choruses. So he would employ a singer or somebody who can do hooks.
Obviously, I mean, a hook is a hook. You need a nice hook. Yeah. But people have to get into you, the artist. If people want to feel you, it's not your chorus.
Not your chorus.
You know, they have to feel you. Well, people come to your concert not for your chorus, not for your songs.
But people also say the chorus is the heart of the song.
That is for a hit song. Listen, people who love you, they listen to your album.
Yeah.
Somebody can hear a song hit and hit and hit, and they don't even know the artists properly. They won't come to your concert.
Yeah.
The one who comes to your concert is the one who has your CD under his pillow. That guy is who you're looking for, and that guy wants to listen to your album, your rap. He wants to hear what you have to say. So you have they are followers. They follow you. You know, they follow you. Those people, you don't play with them. And I think that there are like passing fans, and they are real fans, fanatics.
Right.
Those Wale's boys, Shatter Movement, Sack Nation, those guys, you can play with them. They are into the rap to the extent that they will describe, they can even exaggerate that this song Sarkodie was rapping when he was somebody can tell you that he wrote this rap when he was flying from Ghana to Obwa. They love him to the point where they will fight for him.
Wow.
Yeah, so they are fans and they are fans.
Awesome. This one from Atu Kwamena Yosin, and he says, I met Hammer at Adenta. He branded many products like Malta Guinness and co. Very unassuming person, never lifting his shoulders.
Really?
Yes. Is it the Hammer we know?
No. I've never worked with Malta Guinness.
Okay. Thank you. Adam Mensah Chotame. Yes. What do you say to legendary Hammer?
Welcome back.
But that's it.
It was like when I saw the news, it was all smiles that finally Hammer is coming back because we miss his sound. I want to ask him this personal question. What was going through your head? I mean, with the tons of messages you saw on the various platforms, when you were going through, I know people sent you WhatsApp messages. What came through your mind?
You mean post
Yeah.
the
The comment under your post that you're coming back.
okay.
I
was overwhelmed.
You received.
I was overwhelmed. I didn't realize the extent at which people wanted to hear that sound again. I didn't realize how important it was. Some people. I got calls, not even the posts. I got calls.
Wow.
Yeah, my friend MPs, 2 MPs called me, Charlie, welcome. You know, so I realized that, hey, Charlie, you should have come long time ago. You know, so they didn't know that I had come for almost a year, but because of my job, my day job, I wasn't completing my work, and I realized that I had to choose between, you know, if I was just a businessman in the music industry, if I was coming like Don Jazzy, that way I could have done the bread, and I would just pick some artists, find some producers, put them in the studio, give me some products, let me put them out.
Okay.
But this, my creative process in the middle of this, I need to be on the ground. I need to feel the music. I need to play the music. I need to be, I'm playing everything.
Okay.
I'm producing the entire album as I always do. So it took, I have to leave everything aside, you know, because a lot goes into that, you know.
Interesting.
A lot.
Wow.
And you've talked about, talking about Black Sheriff, how you spotted him, the quality in him you've seen. You've talked about the other sides we've not seen. Is there a possibility of Hammer beat for Black Sheriff?
I won't give it away now.
Oh, Hammer.
I can't.
Something
I
in
can't.
the offing, yeah?
The album there, I'm not going to disclose any information on the album today.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell us who and who are on the
I
album.
can't.
Not now.
I can't
This
because
not
But
this not for the album.
Red Eye is on, right?
no,
His album
His-
is different.
this album is coming now.
Oh, as in now.
Yeah, by before Christmas begins.
DJ Nature, so you heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's coming.
Wow.
Solid album.
Wow.
Red Eye is just something that I've never. The way he was able to do that, he did the album in 1 month or one month and a few days. Yeah, about 15 songs.
Interesting.
Trust me, there's no rap,
No rap.
there's no reggae.
Hey,
You go run away.
They sing.
Forget.
he did jazz.
You. That one I will keep quiet. Hey,
Let me go to Kakra.
Yeah, Kwame,
Kakra, Hammer is right here. You love his music, right?
I tell you, bro. Seriously, this man. Hi, Hammer.
Which of Hammer's songs do you like the most?
What I remember more, Kwame, is the last two
Yeah.
from Obrafo.
Bravo.
Yeah, you know, before the song takes off, he mentions the last two.
The last two, bro.
Yeah, you know that
Okay.
that kind of
Okay.
rhyme. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this man has really impacted on the industry. A lot of things he has done, and from the creative arts angle, we can see that these are people who have sacrificed their time for the industry. So they coming back. It's a welcome news for all of us. And Amma, I have a question for you.
yes, sir.
How have you, or how were you able to, for example, an artist comes to you, and that artist has, for example, you talked about Adam. You mentioned that was he a rap artist or
He
He
could
was-
rap,
yeah.
but
rap?
but he was
originally.
he was
Dancehall,
focused on
reggae.
dancehall.
Dancehall.
Exactly, good. So how are you? Is it difficult in transforming them to what you want them to be and what they are expected to be?
I think it's more about them trusting you.
Okay.
You see, when an artist trusts you, he listens to you.
Okay.
So when I say to Adam, I think your rap will fly now. I think the dance hall is okay, but I'm feeling your rap more. So I think that the rap should go now. When I say this to Adam, as an artist, he trusting me based on my track record, based on how much of a fun and how much details I give him of what I'm talking about. He is able to know that this guy means well. He's not trying to spoil my plan. He means well. He wants me to do better.
Okay.
And this is where he thinks I can do more. So he will just trust you, but you can't impose. You can't rule artistry with an iron fist by force. You see, and that's I had a situation like that with Tiny.
Okay.
Tiny was coming out at a time where Chi dominated this game, and he was a Chi rapper.
Yeah.
But when he was rapping, you could hear the Ghana tone in the Chi. Everything he mentioned, you could hear that this guy's a Ghana boy. And I told him, like, look, Masa, why you won't can compete with Obrafour and these guys? You won't stand a chance. Where you will stand a chance is your mother tongue. So we need to rap. We need to move to Ghana.
Okay.
He said, oh, my Ghana won't sell. Nobody buys Ghana. Nobody will buy Ghana. And it was true. At that time, the only Ghana rapper was Ayiwa.
Okay.
Ayiwa, he was in Bookback or something.
Okay.
And he was even insignificant. They were not even paying attention to him. And so Tiny, nobody was minding the Ghana rap. So people are, even Bright was singing in this, he was rapping Chi.
Yeah.
Before he started rapping that Ghana.
A few times then he chipped in some Ghana.
Yeah, he chipped in some Ghana.
There was Kasim Bebe as well.
So the Ghana thing wasn't really holding. So Tiny didn't want any part of it. But he needed somebody like me to assure him that if you come,
good,
they will listen.
Good.
I will make sure they listen. And you will have Labadi behind you. That's the most important. They don't have anybody. And if you want that presence, let's go Ghana. So we had a banter. His parents came in.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was serious like that.
Yeah. So they agreed that we should do some Ghana, some Chi. And he realized that the Chi was he rapped Chi. You see, but the guy the singing wasn't him.
Yeah,
the singing wasn't.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him.
He was rapping.
Yeah, he was rapping in Chi.
In Chi, it wasn't. You could still hear the gun.
Yeah.
I don't think that is a. If you be gun boy, be bold and bring out the gun.
Exactly.
Germany, Lekeji, Kemiya. It's also I fell in love with him and he loved it. So with what your question, to answer your question fully, you can redirect an artist if you mean well. You have to mean well. Artists are very emotional. If you say the wrong things, you can wound him and it will affect his music.
Great.
So you have to be very careful how you handle an artist.
Great.
And because I'm an artist, it's easier for me to connect.
Good.
A businessman who is not an artist will say it in a way that will break the artist. And he will coil into a shell and not bring out his best because he's been, suppressed and stuff like that.
Wow. Now let's go straight to Manche Ayikwe. How did you meet him?
Oh, Manche, I think Sai Lover directed him to my house.
Okay.
Because Sai Lover had him rap. Funky Funk Chap. They are per seconds. Yeah. Manche was a per second. And when he was in Presec, I had already left.
Okay.
He was SS.
Okay.
I was the last batch before SS started.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The last batch SS start behind me.
I see.
Yeah, so
Alright.
Manche was that kind, and when he came out, I mean, he fell in love with what he had with Paimuka. Sai was doing at that time, and he wanted to meet me. So when he came to my house, I featured him on Paimuka as well. But then his voice was amazing, and I encouraged him to go into broadcasting. So I had him do the signature thing that time,
Yeah.
and pushed him, encouraged him to go to GIJ. He wanted to go to GIJ. I was like, Charlie, you will do very well as a broadcaster, because his voice was bigger than rap. It was more of a broadcasting.
Sweet voice.
You know, he needed to talk for people to hear.
Yeah.
Rap would have just been normal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I just, but he's always, you know, Manche has always been there.
Sure.
Very good friend.
Was it like an employed creative in your studio? Somebody you were paying
No.
for the works that he did
The
for
people
you?
who were around me were all attracted to me by the music. You know, they were all attracted to the music.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see what role they can play for this revolution, because I dared to be different.
Right.
I didn't follow the crowd.
Okay.
At that time, people were doing high life beat with rap.
Yeah.
You see, everybody that time, people who were buying CDs and cassettes were older people. Young people didn't have money to buy cassettes. So to break into the market, all the young people had to use high life beat
Yeah.
and rap on. So Tic Tac, everybody had a high life beat, rapping on it, a VIP, everybody. And I'm the only one who decided to stick to the youth music. And that rendered me different
Okay.
from the lot.
Okay.
So you could actually spot Hammer and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that made it.
I didn't hear you speak to the issue of Obrafo taking Drake to court and the whole Manche controversy. I didn't hear
Because
you
it's in
speak to that.
court. It's in court. I can't talk about it.
But there was the issue of people saying that, okay, you did the production. It was Manche's voice, but it was your production.
Yeah.
Do you think you have a stake in that, in Manche's voice?
The lawsuit is a general lawsuit. It's not, do you have a stake? It is everybody on the song against Drake. Obrafo is only leading the conversation. So I don't know what the hula baloo was about. Everybody is
But your
leading.
name wasn't mentioned.
It doesn't
Manche's
have to
name
be
wasn't
mentioned. We are mentioned in the docket. Do you get it? The original, the publishing of the song
Yeah.
has Tina, Tiny,
Okay.
Manche,
Okay.
me,
Okay.
Obrafo.
Okay.
Obrafo is the one leading because it's his song. He owns the copyright. Obrafo owns the copyright. Drake then called Obrafo
Yeah.
for permission, and they didn't allow Obrafo to give them the permission, and they went ahead and released it. So the song, the permission wasn't given,
Okay.
and they released the song.
Yeah.
So Obrafo is leading the conversation. Obrafo is the owner of the song. He's suing Drake. Everybody else on the song benefits. We don't have to all be standing there. I'm suing Drake. We are all
Okay.
suing Drake.
Did he speak to you before he went in for the suit? Obrafo, did he speak to you as
He spoke to everybody. I connected a conference call. Everybody. We were all on a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, Manche, and everybody involved. Manche was on. Was he on?
Everybody. We all agreed, and Obrafo went on the. It's not a big deal. It's still in court.
But
so
did you at a point agree that you guys had to
I
have
can't
your
talk
names,
about this.
Your names.
I just
in the
told you
suit?
enough information. I said we are all in it. You are talking about a Twitter document.
Yes.
What are you
Because
talking about?
one of the contributors is aggrieved. He doesn't understand why his name wasn't included in the suit, and that's Manchani Ayikwe.
And so, what are you talking about? You're asking me why you didn't see his name there. Did you see my name there?
Your name wasn't there as well.
So why?
So I was just,
Am I screaming?
I was just asking why you were silent.
Because everybody's name is there.
Because we didn't see it.
It doesn't have to. You don't have to see it. No, wait. Oh, I'll tell you something right now. I'll tell you.
I'm listening.
Obrafour is doing this on behalf of everybody.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not about whose name was seen there. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
The person whose voice was taken was Manche.
Yeah.
The voice was taken on a song. It wasn't isolated. The person who owns that song is the one Drake called. Drake didn't call me. Drake didn't call Manche. Drake didn't call anybody.
Okay.
They called Obrafour, copyright owner. He is the one suing. He will sue. Everybody is involved in the suit.
Okay.
Because he didn't do a song by himself. Manche played a big role. Tiny played a big role. Tina played a big role. Tina didn't compose. She performed. Yeah, no, bravo.
But that's not the voice that was used. It was Manche's voice.
Oh, I said the song. You're a pro.
I know. I understand.
But if you say that,
you were saying the song, and I was talking about the component that was taken.
No, I'm telling you that okay, let me show you. Vanilla Ice Baby.
Yes.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
When the suit came, even the person who coughed on the album was paid. Because the thing was used on a song. It is not isolated. If they go and see Manche's voice somewhere and they take it, it's different.
Okay.
But Manche's voice is on Obrafour's song.
Okay.
I didn't put it there. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Obrafour, Manche, everybody was in the studio. So, it's not a big deal. This matter no be something be. It's not some strange thing. Nobody's trying to rob somebody or nobody's trying to steal anything.
Okay.
The world is a very small place now. You can't cheat anybody. Everything is here.
Great.
Yeah, everything is in like the publishing. You can't outsmart anybody. So there's no need for alarm, or anything like that.
Okay, one question from DJ Blaze says, what is he doing to safeguard his legendary legacy? And what's he doing to bring back hip life? Any plans to train and support young engineers? It's like 3 questions in one. What are you doing to safeguard your legacy? What are you doing to bring back hip life? And any plans to train?
I'm not bringing
and
back
support
hip life
young
or anything. No.
engineers?
I'm just coming back to the music industry. I'm not bringing back hip life. I don't have an agenda.
Okay.
I think that people need to get this right.
Great.
I'm not coming with some agenda to bring back hip life, to save hip life. I'm coming to release an album.
Awesome.
And I'm coming to contribute again and play a role in developing these new boys and these old boys.
And we say welcome. What's the title of the album?
Upper Echelon.
Upper Echelon. That's big English.
Look it up.
That's big English. What's the meaning?
Look it up.
Please break it down for us. What's the meaning?
It's high command.
Yeah.
It represents high command in almost everything.
Okay.
High society, the highest form of achievement. You are coming to set the rules.
Yeah.
You're rewriting the rules. You're on the pedestal. And so Upper Echelon is almost like I don't have anything to prove. I'm coming to enjoy myself. I'm not coming to race with anybody. I'm not coming to compete. It's creativity. I've done what I was supposed to do, and I'm coming as somebody who doesn't need to prove any point. Yeah.
Okay, so you said how many artists do we have on it? You mentioned earlier, right?
I didn't. I can tell you.
Yes. How many do we have on it?
Oh, it's not about the artists, it's about the songs.
The song. How many songs do we have on it?
We have about 12 songs.
12 songs. Okay.
Yeah.
Produced by Hammer with
Yeah.
some artists like Sarkodie or Brafo, Kasa, Red Eye. I'm just assuming. Am I right?
Oh, you go see. But wait, are you trying to handle me? You never fear me.
The last two,
I've been around. Though.
You've been around, man.
You
are the Hammer.
handle me.
Wow. So, guys, Hammer is coming out with an album, Upper Echelon. Yeah, I can't wait to hear the album. I can't wait. But let me go to my panel again to see if they have any last submissions or questions to ask.
But before we go,
I
I think that we should talk about Red Eye's album.
I'll come there. Okay, let's go there before they come in. Red Eye's album is coming when? Which date?
We are releasing a listening party soon. The date will come out maybe on Monday.
Okay.
I think that this album will change it will change a lot. Red Eye has come up with a part of him that nobody has seen yet, because all people know is who he was on Too Tough, and that's more. He's more than that, And I think that this should be taken significantly. I think that what he has been through, he's been through a tough time. He has been through so much. One thing that people need to realize is drugs is almost always a lost battle. For him to have fought this devil and come out on top, that is unheard of. And especially as how he got into it.
Yeah.
In a short period of time, about almost 10 years ago, or I think less than that, this guy, in a very short span of time, he lost the love of his life.
Whoa. As in she passed away?
No, a breakup.
Oh, bad.
He lost his partner, Oguns, from the group.
The group, yeah?
They split up.
Yeah.
His studio got burnt to the ground. All this happened in a very close period of time.
Wow.
And it plunged him into a very dark place. And when you don't have the right people around you, you go enter some corner. And this is how Red got into where he got to, and almost destroyed himself and the talent God gave him. And with the help of close friends, were able to get him out of there and get his family back into his life.
Good.
And now he has come out on top, and it is amazing what he has done. I think that people underestimate the battle of drugs. The rehab is in the fight. Yes, the rehab is good for detoxing, to detox. But the real fight is after the rehab. Purpose. Most of these guys come out of the rehab, spend 1 year in the rehab, come out, and they are left. They still come back to neglect. They come back to a place where people are being careful. Nobody wants to. That you are literally saying, get back into the drugs. If you listen to Nina Simone's old Cinnamon,
okay,
that's what it talks about. Rejection. So after rehab, they come home and they go through that rejection, they go back into the thing. What we noticed and what made Red Eye have a good fight is the fact that when he got out of rehab, immediately we gave him purpose.
Okay.
And that purpose is what drove him to really walk away entirely. So now he's fine. He's doing crazy stuff, and you hear from him.
Awesome. And what's happened to your 20th anniversary celebration? The 20th anniversary. Did it happen?
I didn't say I'm celebrating 20th anniversary.
I think I heard you on
You're talking about Obrafos
interview.
Paimuka.
That was Obrafos Paimuka. It wasn't
Yeah.
yours. So you were not going to celebrate your anniversary.
We'll still do the Hammer thing, the Hammer concert.
So DJ Nature is asking this question. Says,
It is DJ Nature.
ask him the
Your
whereabouts
best friend, though.
of. No, I think he's been around long time. He's an old DJ. Ask him the whereabouts of your Pari Anoff.
Oh, yeah, did it? He
Okay.
did, yeah.
Okay. So DJ, he did. Okay. Now before we go, let me get back to Uncle Ken, Kakra, and then Adam. Uncle.
I've enjoyed listening to Hammer,
Yes.
as I always do, because it's very deep,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
extremely deep, and knows his stuff. But if I may humbly suggest
Okay.
that he changes the name of the album from the higher echelons, because that word, echelons,
Okay.
is going to be so difficult for people to pronounce. And
Why do you want to pronounce? Let's go and buy the album.
and for talkability purposes.
Okay, conversations.
Yes, for conversation, talkability purposes, it's going to be a very difficult word to pronounce.
If I
So
get a similar in meaning,
I would
will.
suggest,
Okay.
humbly,
Okay.
that he calls it upper limits, because it's the same.
Upper limits.
Yeah,
Upper.
Oh no, it's not the same.
it's the same. Echelon and limit.
Uh-huh.
It's not the same.
And there's
You
another
can get
there's another twist too about, I mean,
Another word?
when the brand name is very huge in the mouth, it also strikes you. You are the, you,
But my
you can easily-
albums.
Know more about it.
On the flip side,
Yeah.
you can easily, it will make you remember, or it will make you not forget.
That's right.
But my albums
When
too
it creates,
has
when there's
that.
that aspect about the brand, the name is so huge. You know,
Yeah.
it strikes, and it also has.
I think
it
my
has-
albums have always had that kind of.
okay.
My first album was Execution Diary with a Bravo. The Execution Diary. It's about the Execution Diary or Bravo's label. Yeah. The second album was Sounds of Our Time. The third album was The Crusade of the Lost Files. The fourth album
These were
was
familiar words.
the fourth album was The Last of a Dying Breed. Now it's the deepness, it's not about the word.
Okay.
That's right.
Now upper echelon also, you see, the last of the Crusade of the Lost Files, it was, I did the album because I lost my drive.
Yeah.
I did a lot of announcement on Peace FM
Sure.
around 2000 and I think 2008. I lost my whole hard drive from the studio. I left in a taxi, I think. And so a lot of music was lost.
Yeah.
So I started a new album and I named it The Crusade of the Lost Files.
Yeah.
And every one of my albums means something. The Last of a Dying Breed with the sarcastic and all those songs. You remember Effortless and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The Last of a Dying Breed. That time I was trying to say that I am the last of the breed of pioneers of hip life. I was the only one hanging around. A lot of people had retired. JQ, everybody had retired. And I was the last of that breed that was dying. So the Last of a Dying Breed. Sounds of Our Time, 2004. I wanted people to understand that they're going to be remembering this thing as Hammer's time.
Yeah.
This is the sounds of Hammer's prime. So it was about the prime time. So each one, this upper echelon, is because I am coming back, and I think the spelling is sophisticated, but the mentioning is very simple.
Excellent. Excellent.
Echelon is like, okay, you remove the spelling from your mind.
Okay. Excellent.
Echelon in everyday spelling is ESHELON.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you look at it, it's EC.
Echelon. Echelon.
Yes, echelon. So it's the
Echelon.
spelling that is
Okay.
sophisticated.
Okay.
But the word is not like a sophisticated word. The spelling. So you're not going to spell the album. You see it on Apple Music. Just subscribe
and then listen to the song.
Your name will sell it. Other than the title.
I hope so.
So we're looking forward to that. Uncle Ken, are you done with?
Oh yes, I am.
Great.
Thank you, Uncle Ken.
Great.
I'll consider it. No, Uncle Ken is full of wisdom.
Oh yes, Uncle.
He's been contributing to our stuff for forever.
Long
and
time.
Almost every time he's very detailed with his advice and man must take what he says serious.
That's
so I'll consider it. And
great. Kakra, before he goes.
Kwame, Hammer has been one of the sensations in the industry. Let me quickly say that his originality is what gives him out. Right, very original with what he does, and just as Uncle Ken said, he's always proving his point clear. And one question I would like to ask you, Hammer, is that you look very deep.
He looks deep.
He sounds
very
deep.
You sound deep.
Yeah.
You virtually have everything that makes you what you are, your personality. I want to look at your marketing drive for the business you got involved with, right? With the marketing drive for the
A-Life,
the
A1 brand.
Yeah, the marketing drive. I want to drive the marketing drive, his marketing drive, with
the music.
With the music. How do you and then how are you, what different thing are you bringing in terms of marketing of the musics that you'll be doing in recent times? Of course, you did that before. We want to see how you're going to drive it this time around again.
This time?
Yeah.
Well, this time everything has changed. I think social media is the main tool. We are past the era of, that era of marketing. Now, I think that if you want to reach as many people as you want, social media is your gateway. So I am in tune with what's happening. I'm in tune with the dancers who are pushing the songs. I think this era, the dancers are the instrument of the songs pushing.
Right.
I will fall in line with that. I'm also seeing that influencers are playing a very big role. If you decide to do these things by yourself, you're not going to take part. You will lose. I think that it's only right that you go with the times. My time, we didn't do that, but now, and I think that the traditional radio is actually suffering right now. Everybody has a radio station at their disposal with their Facebook page and their, people are doing podcasts, people are going live on TikTok. These are very, very powerful tools. You see somebody live and he's asleep, and he has about 200,000 people watching him sleep.
Absolutely.
And you will go to a radio station with an active show, and you see 30 people listening, 30 people watching.
On social media.
On social media, you see. But I mean, if you look at it, you see that no, the world is changing. Because if somebody's asleep and 200,000 people are watching him sleep on TikTok, it's scary.
It is.
It's scary. So the marketing, I'll fall in line. I mean, I'll move with the times. I won't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
I think that what I did with the bread was I marketed more. I had two avenues of marketing. I marketed to the consumer and I marketed to the sales person.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
So that's it was easier there. But this music industry right now, you can see Dance Lloyd.
That's got Lloyd.
First class trips to Dubai.
Yeah.
They are calling dollars now. you go run, So
Okay.
yeah. Anyway.
Adam, before we get to the next conversation, yeah.
For me, I'll say that it's a good news for he's coming back. I want him to work hard more, and like he's been scouting. I mean, from those times, I'm sure he will still continue because now he's become the upper echelon, and he knows how to scout most talent from Sarkodie, Kwakese, a couple of them. We want him to look out too. He has those tendencies. I mean, he should look out and bring us people Ghanaians have not looked at. I mean, I know he has a way of bringing them to life. So I'm itching to see those amazing talents. He'll be bringing them back. I wish him all the best, and I pray that his album is able to get to wherever he wishes to get it to.
Great. Hama, we'll be getting into a conversation about events, getting into December and GA, the events that we're having, and then how to also ensure our safety. 2 weeks ago, we had a program, outdoor program called Showbiz Roundtable at the Labadi Beach Hotel, and something came up. So Uncle Ebo White, who was a panel member on the show, said something about artist managers, and he said most of them are just glorified messengers because they are not able to ensure discipline on the part of the artists. Do you subscribe to this opinion? Do you think artist managers, some of them who are not able to control, if you like, or manage their artists, are glorified messengers? Did you subscribe to this?
Right, is somebody talking matter me? Which matter be that? Me, I can't be part of. You know what I'm saying? I can't be part of that.
I get it.
Because I feel like somebody says something.
That's his opinion.
It trends.
Yeah.
Then they ask people what they think about what that guy said.
True.
What that guy said is what that guy said. I won't even comment
on that.
I don't think that I'm built to do that. But if I have to comment, I'll probably make it another matter.
I get you. I get you.
I think
but there is this issue of sometimes artists, putting up some attitudes, especially when they are booked for events and they are late.
But you are forgetting to mention that it goes both ways.
So it's not.
No, I mean artists. There are artists.
Problem.
As much as you can find an indisciplined artist, as long as you can find an indisciplined artist, you can also find an indisciplined event organizer. You can find the same person in a manager. You can find the same person in organizers, like I said. I don't think that if you have a bad character or you cause trouble or you like to do these things, it's not about artists are like this. No, that person is like that. You can't generalize it to artists.
The
same way we can have an MP who is a disgrace to like the chamber. You can also have a policeman who is a disgrace to the force. I don't think that we can brand, the whole thing against artists, be or her, or more cause trouble, or more boadie, or more said no. Human beings in all walks of life are like that. Footballers are like that. There are bank managers who are thieves. There are bank managers who are good. There are bank managers who push the right agenda. This is life. But whenever we come to the industry, we always paint artists are like this. What about like journalists are like this? There are journalists who have an agenda. They come and sit down and they want to get the worst out of you.
Right.
Just for traffic.
That's true.
And they are no better than the artist who is being who is showing indiscipline in whatever they are doing. So I'm old enough to have experienced life as it is, and I won't attribute this to artists.
Okay.
I think that is life, is human beings. You know, if you meet a good one, you meet a good one.
Great one there. Hammer of the last two. And I'm not taking your last words because I think you should stay and do the rest of the show with us. Joy 99.7 FM.
What research?
Joy 99.7 FM. Hammer of the last two right here with us. We'll be getting into December in GH. All the activities. We have about 176 events in Ghana, but 80% in Accra alone. We'll be getting to that and giving you a recap of Showbiz Roundtable, which happened 2 weeks ago. Joy 99.7 FM, stay on.
Behind every door lies a world of opportunities.
And with Absa's flexible loans, you hold the master key to open all the doors to your dreams.
Doors to a new horizon and everything you could ever dream of. At Absa, we help you open the doors to all your dreams. Whether you want to buy a home, a plot of land, or finance your personal projects, our flexible personal loans, mortgage, and credit cards can make it happen. Visit absa.com.gh to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa. Terms and conditions apply.
Gripping conversations, business opportunities, and inspiring life stories. In the engine room, we have it all. Tune in to Springboard, your virtual university with Reverend Albert Okran, this Sunday at 7 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM, Facebook, and YouTube. Catch the repeat telecast on Joy Prime every Saturday at 9 a.m. Sponsors: Enterprise Group, MTN Pulse, UMB Bank, and Central University. Media partners: Joy FM, Joy Prime, and Graphic Business. Springboard. Your personal value will shoot up.
Here's where we turn around. Here's where we turn around.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Keep buying your luckiest ticket with star 712 hash as an individual, a group, an association, or even a community, and stand a chance of winning in the community draw or the ultimate draw on 23rd of December. Be the luckiest on star 712 hash and win millions. Ticket sale starts on October 4th, 2023, and draw date is on 23rd December 2023. Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform. Win millions on star 712 hash.
The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
In partnership with Joy FM, Roverman Productions presents For Girls, The Spell, an original Ebo White play.
Before we go, sister, there is something the Lord has put upon my heart for you. I think the Lord is leading me to you.
Oh, brother. You know, you are like the clouds to me.
Really?
Yes, brother. When you disappear, it's always a beautiful day for me. If the Lord could lead you, why didn't he lead you to a shop where they sell deodorant?
Ah, sister, pray about it. I am sure the Lord will.
You know what? Right now, I need something only you can give me.
What is that, sister?
Your departure. Bye-bye.
Venue, Burma Hall at Burma Camp. Dates, December 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Time, first show on Friday at 7 p.m. 2 shows on Saturday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. 3 shows on Sunday at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Rates, 150 Ghana cedis. For tickets, dial *365 *535 hash. WhatsApp 050-554-6010 or visit all usual outlets. Sponsors, Gino and GCB Bank.
Ghana stands on the verge of an environmental and a health crisis. Our rivers, forests, and children are bearing the brunt of an illegal gold mining crisis. Their future, our legacy, at stake. Join us for an urgent national dialogue and a call to action following the eye-opening Joy News Hotline documentary, Poisoned for Gold. Together we gather experts, policymakers, and leaders united to save our land, our water, and our children. Be part of the solution. Tune in to Joy News, Joy FM, or join us online on the 4th of December, 4 p.m. at the Labadi Beach Hotel. Your voice matters in this fight for our nation's heart and health. Don't let this moment pass. Your engagement can change the future. This event is in partnership with the Ghana Chamber of Mines and WaterAid.
There's going to come a time that the church will rise as the highest of all the mountains, and saviors will be raised in the church to deal with the world system. And let it be now. We need to have a national focus. We don't have to lose this ambition, or else we work against the Great Commission.
They are equipped in righteousness, the agenda, to possess the nations. Welcome to an equipping center of the word and prayer on Pentecost Hour. Pentecost Hour comes to you on Joy 99.7 FM, 1:30 p.m. every Sunday.
Showbiz A to Z on Joy 99.7 FM. And we've been talking to Hammer of the last two. It's been a great encounter so far. December is here, December in GH. So many things happening. A lot of activities here. And as part of these activities, we'll be going to Dubai. So seize the opportunity with Advanced Travel to see the unique architecture, skyscrapers, ports, beaches, amazing desert safaris, shopping centers, and then enjoy the most tolerant atmosphere in the world. So from 13th to 20th December, 19th to 26th December, 28th December to 4th January, just pay $1,850 for single sharing and $3,650 for couple to be part of Adansi at 10 Reloaded. Well, there's a vibe tour, yeah. And all these packages cover your flight, hotel accommodations, tourist visa, daily breakfast, city tours, guided shopping, and optional tours to make your vacation exceptional. So you can patronize any of the packages. Just call 059-550-0817 or 055-264826. Or you can also visit our website www.advancedtravels.com to book now. Adansi at 10 Reloaded. It's still a vibe. We'll also be having stage plays. And so Riverman Productions, in partnership with Joy FM, will excite you again with another brand new and hilarious Ebo White play, For Girls, The Spell. For Girls, The Spell. It is usually said that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But what is the way to a pretty girl's heart? A beautiful bouquet of fresh flowers, prayers and prophecies, or a love spell? Yes, for girls. So Esther and Ivy find themselves in a very interesting situation on campus, which falls on them to rethink everything as they know it, their thoughts, their desires, and their spiritual lives. Will it be worth it? For Girls, The Spell demonstrate the power of the mind and the harmful effects of prejudice. Now the play comes on at the Bema Hall at Bema Camp in Accra, on 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th, and 10th December as follows. So on Friday at 7 p.m. it's one show only. Saturdays 4 p.m., 8 p.m., 2 shows, and then Sundays at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m., 3 shows. And that is the Roverman 1, 2, and 3. You can't miss a play. And the rate is 150 Ghana cedis. So get your tickets now. They are available now via Koba. Short code *365#535# on all networks, and then the usual outlets: front desk of Joy FM, Shell shops at Airport, East Legon, Dansoman, Tema, Community 11, Total shops at Bachona and Hacho, and then at Frankie's at Osu. You can also go to Riverman Productions pages on Facebook, Instagram, or you can call 05055461010 or WhatsApp 05055463030 for enquiries. And please note, the venue for the show is Bema Hall at Bema Camp. Sponsors are Gino Tomato Mix, JCB Bank, and then the communication partners, M Notify. Riverman Productions, be the difference. Now we are back. We're talking about events in December, and already, we have a lot of them, and beyond the return calendar, a lot of events, and 80% of the 176 are in Accra alone. Now, 2 weeks ago, we had a conversation. The Showbiz Roundtable happened, and we spoke about events, venues, and safety. So we had experts speak to us about what goes into event organization, venue safety, individual, patron safety, and everything inclusive. Now, I would want us, even before we get into the events in December, I would want us to touch on the highlights of Showbiz Roundtable. And so if I just run through them, and then which of them you want to touch on, you just do that, and then we get into the events, what GTA is doing this December for us, and Kakra is here to help us do that. Showbiz A to Z on Joy 99.7 FM. So let me quickly go through the the highlight of our Showbiz Roundtable, which took place 2 weeks ago. And so, yes, number one says that every single event must be insured. And that was something that came from Solomon Latte, our insurance expert on the show. Event organizers and venue owners should collaborate to ensure the safety and security of event patrons. Creative industry people should stop having informal discussions when it comes to booking artists and performers for events, as in just informal bookings. Another takeaway 4 is different venues fit different genres of events. Then ideally, number 5, every attendee of an event, including the celebrities, should be thoroughly screened at security checkpoints. Number 6 says the producer of an event is required to ensure sanity and orderliness at the backstage, because we usually hear case of confusion backstage, who should go and perform first and all that. Number 7 says a lot of people with the manager tag, we just mentioned that, are glorified messengers, a reason for the many contractual gaffes in the entertainment industry. Number 8 says event organizers in the creative industry request for tax incentives and proper education on taxation, because they usually complain anytime they hold the event. You see GRA there, but they're asking what the government is doing for the creative industry, especially when we have some of these creatives struggling to individually come up with their own events. If they can have some incentives or tax rebates, they also mentioned that during the program. Then we have number 9 saying that ensuring an event can save the event organizer financial headache in the unlikely event of cancellation or tragedy. So that is another reason you should ensure your event. Figures have shown that people are more likely to die from attending an event than randomly getting hit by a bus. So this is more or less like a summary of what happened 2 weeks ago at the Labadi Beach Hotel when we had the Showbiz Roundtable. Yes, on events, venues, and safety. Before we get into our event discussion, I'd like to pick our thoughts on any of the 10 that I've mentioned so far. Let me start with you, Edem Mensah Chotame, who has been attending a lot of these events. What do you have to say?
Say is the event security, ensuring the event. It's very important to ensure your events, because there could be anything happening. I remember when the Ghana party in the park was postponed, and when we spoke to the organizer, it was clear that he had ensure the event.
Okay.
And that, unforeseen...
That's a UK event?
Yeah.
Okay.
The unforeseen circumstance was catered for by that, because there were artists you needed to sort out, there are other logistical issues you needed to sort, and the patrons. So if you ensure your event, I think if there is any unforeseen circumstance, you stand a chance of getting protected and financially, so that you will be able to bounce back. But, our side of the world, we do not easily buy into the issue of insurance. And I think it's something events organizers need to take critical, look at. And I think on the other side too, about the artist managers, to say most, I mean, let's try not to create some problem, because I'm not sure Uncle Ebo has dealt with all artist managers to be able to, I mean, deduce that most. And where do you even get, I mean, the figures to use the most tag? You've dealt with some, but I'm sure it's not the most. You understand? So if you have issues with those you've dealt with, it can even be better you point out, if you really want to kill that, let's learn to name and shame than to, I mean, just sample generalize in order to create a certain image for that part, because it's a difficult job, and you know, managing an adult it's not a play. It not be child's play. I mean, at times you need to pamper them, and a whole lot goes behind the scene, you know. And I'm sure Uncle Ebo White knows. And let us not create the situation that majority of that. And if that is the state, then we have a problem with our artistry, because if majority are just glorified messengers, then there's a big problem with the sector, because without good managers, it means the artists cannot be successful. You understand? So let us not use small sample to do sample generalization. It's not good for us.
Okay.
Let's learn to name and shame.
Thank you, Adam Mensah Chotome. Let me go to Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yes, sir.
I am, like I said the last time we discussed this, I think it was before the Showbiz
roundtable. Yes.
And my main concern was about these informal discussions that take place between artists and event organizers, and that, because that is where the root of the problems are. We need to get into this habit of making sure that we have people, legal people, to draw out contracts. Between event organizers and artists, so that these things are well spelled out. So in the case of anybody reneging on what they're supposed to do, the contract will stipulate whether somebody did this or that. I just had a very unfortunate situation today. And I understand the situation. Okay, the situation occurred at the
which one?
The DJs Awards.
Okay.
Recently.
Okay.
Whereby an event organizer had booked 2 top artists to perform at his event.
Yeah.
And out of the blue, a message comes from the security services, particularly the police, to say that those 2 artists cannot perform at the same event. For security
without their
reasons.
notice.
At the last minute, for security reasons. Now, the people were left in limbo, not knowing what to do. They had to choose one of these people, of these artists. And I think situations like that cannot, happen. I don't know the genesis of this problem, where we were told that Stonebwoy and Shatawale cannot perform at the same event without prior notice to the police.
Maybe it's got to do with their long-standing rifts and the fact that their followers may clash.
I can understand. But why wait till the last minute?
I understand,
to reach out.
To reach out to them. These things are what puts the blemish on events in the country, and they should be looked at.
Thank you very much, Uncle Ken. How about the last 2? I mentioned 10 things, and I don't know if you have interest in any of the things I mentioned, the highlights of our Showbiz Roundtable, which happened 2 weeks ago.
Okay, what about it? What happened?
So I mentioned 10 things. I mentioned things that happened during the program, things people said, things we agreed on, and I was asking your opinions on any of them.
You have to run them by me
again.
Just quick. Just not.
Let me. I have an interest. I have an interest. Let me ask you specifically. Let me ask you about the tax rebates, because most of the creative industry people are their own entrepreneurs. They are producing everything by themselves. And now some of these artists are even organizing their own events. Now they think that if they go get their money, small monies, and they organize the events, GRA is here to take their cut. And they think we should be giving, as the creative industry, should be giving some tax rebate. At least they should reduce a bit for the creative people until we get to a level where they can come to the level that
Why?
should be. Because they are creative people and they are suffering.
No, we are not displaying suffering to them. We are buying cars with different money. We are flexing. Yes, most people in the creative industry are not buying cars with the music money. If you buy a car with, like, you are doing forex trading at home, and you buy an S-Class, and you are pulling up like in an S-Class, and the tax man is looking at you. What are you talking about? We have to speak the truth to power. Let's show them we are suffering.
Yeah.
But we can't go around shopping in the biggest places, driving the biggest cars, and expect them to feel for us. We are showing them. Some are just doing this for show, but it has implications. You see what I'm saying? So I think that if you really want the tax rebate, you want them to consider you because you are helping, like, the tourism industry.
Yes.
With your music.
Yeah.
Show it. Prove that you are an upcoming artist and you can't afford these things. You pull up in the biggest car on the block, and what do you want? And you see, a lot of boys are buying these cars with different money, not the music money.
They are doing other businesses, right?
Obviously,
like bread business, like
no, not like
juice
bread
business.
Stop trying to handle me. I did tell you something. It is serious matter. I tell you.
I know it's very serious.
We are trying to get the attention. You see, this last time I was asked here that why aren't we playing 80% Ghana music in radio stations? You can't force radio stations to play 80% Ghana in the name of like being a patriot. That is not
promoting
how it works.
Ghana.
Incentives. You have to throw incentives at the radio station. Tax rebates. You can throw tax. Go easy on them. Then you tell them that, look, if you play 80% Ghana music, Joy FM, you are eligible for this amount of tax breaks. You are eligible for this rebate. So Joy FM will now sit down with in the boardroom and say, look, we have incentives. We have to play 80% Ghana music so that we are eligible for these things. Okay. Now, America, before I go on, America, all the cars you see, the Chevys and the Pontiacs and those things, you think that Americans buy it because they want to buy American-made products? No. There's no tax on it. The tax is on the BMWs and the European cars.
The Mercs.
So, yes, the Mercs. So, if you want to buy a Merc, the tax they go take knock you. You yourself, you go see. So, people are forced to buy the one that has no tax on them. You see, you're buying the Buick, you're buying the Chevy, you're buying these are the cars you will buy. So, you see, the reason why Americans are buying their homemade cars is because it's easier. So don't come and force anybody to play 80% Ghana music. Give them a reason to. It's business. If you give them a reason to, they will. So this thing that you're talking about,
the tax rebate,
I think that these artists who want this have to act like they need it.
The artists and event organizers.
Fine, but the people are rolling big. People are rolling big. I'm telling you, these parties for town. You see, the taxman is watching you. Listen, let me tell you something. When I was doing the Fiat Fiat sales, yes. I transformed their sales over there, Fiat Africa.
Okay.
And I just posted the Fiat cars on Facebook, and I said I'm giving away. It was Ojra. No, it was the Britain. What?
Ojra. Ebri.
Okay, paragliding.
And so I brought a scheme that I'm giving a Fiat. What was it? It was I've forgotten the Panda to somebody who could win something, so that they can have the Panda for the weekend, self-drive, with their family, and fuel, full tank. I put this on my Facebook, and out of nowhere, that was the first time I made public that I'm actually working with Fiat Africa.
Wow.
I got a phone call from GRA. They called me. Hey, big man, that's you say like now number now until you say it's the Fiat phone income tax. I was
yeah.
I was open shama my office bra what the bra office. They are watching you.
They are watching actually.
Inti bunti me empeja mo hu okrom to say the musica. Na ye baba jimwa mo ya mo to say the you put your tail in your
between your
no. You for dead guard. Act like what you have. Stop showing off things you don't have, because it is attracting the taxman.
Great. Hammer of the last two. Joy 99.7 FM Showbiz 80s. Now let me go to the man. This man today. He's the Deputy Head of Corporate Affairs, Ghana Tourism Authority, Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi. And let me spend a few minutes with him. Now, the GTA and then the Beyond the Return Secretariats are the engineers, if you like, of December and GH.
Yeah.
Great. We have about 176 events, if my maths is right, and about 80% are in Accra. How did you arrive at the list? At the number of events for this year?
Good, Kwame. Before I go to that, would you allow me to also make a little bit of a statement?
Please do that, and then
in respect of
and then
the 10 list.
Sure.
Kwame, please. You see, these. I would like to touch one on the tax rebates. This is a conversation that obviously has come to the fore of the authority, and there is a lot of discussions that have started, and it is very important that we all understand that yes, it is key that we cushion the event organizers, and then also so these are conversations that have started, and it's being worked on. Of course, it's work in progress.
Oh, okay. As in tax rebate for creative industry.
It's let me say it's a conversation
ongoing.
Okay, right, but it's not been concluded.
Okay,
so these conversations, obviously, anytime when it comes to the fore of the ministry or the GTA or any other quarters with the GRA in consent of it. Of course, these conversations are always being looked at and then being discussed before there is a final decision on them. But as it stands, there is no decision on that. Let me touch on the insurance for event centers.
Yeah,
it is very key. The Ghana Tourism Authority met with the Events and Meetings Professionals Association of Ghana. That is MPAC.
The one that Kojopoku heads?
Yes, headed by Madame Tudora Teresa Ayode. And then also Kit Hassan, Event Vendors Association of Ghana. Good. We had a conversation with them. It was actually a meeting with the two groups in order to look at an ally. So, as I'm speaking with you, there is an ally which is being worked on.
Okay.
Gradually, we are in the draft stage. That is when we had to invite the MPAC and EVAC, that is Event Vendors Association of Ghana, and then Event and Meetings Professionals Association of Ghana.
Right.
So they were invited for that meeting. I think sometime sometime this year, early part of this year, that conversation started, and there is a draft document which is still being drafted, and this document is going to give a lot to event organizers, a lot to event centers. We call it multi-purpose establishments. Good. When we say multi-purpose establishment, what it means is that event centers are part. We have the conference centers. We have the meeting centers, right? So all these facilities that engage in one thing or the other are all embedded in the multi-purpose establishment. So what we are doing is, after the engagement, we'll get back to the industry members and then have a conversation also with them, as in a stakeholders engagement, before it moves to Parliament.
Okay.
The subsidiary legislative committee of Parliament will also look at it, and then it will come back to us. Then it goes back to Parliament. So there's going to be that stakeholder engagement before that document comes to fore. If you look at the document, the draft document, what is going to happen is that it is going to take care of health and safety, which is very key to the industry, right? Insurance, risk assessment, management. So all these are being embedded in the document, right? So it is going to be a document that is going to help our event organizers and the event centers themselves. So as I speak now, it is in the drafting stage, which of course is being worked on, like I mentioned early on. So that is being worked on. There was one issue I wanted to touch on in respect of the 10
takeaways, the highlights.
There was one issue I've easily forgotten, but
is it the security, checking the celebrities?
Yes. The security aspect, and then also that which I think Mr. Ben or Wafa Ben Uncle Ken mentioned. He mentioned the issue of informal discussions.
Yes.
The informal discussions, I don't see why someone should enter into an informal discussion with someone with an artist. Let's say you enter into an informal discussion with an artist without concrecy. I don't see. Because it makes it more or less null and void. Because if the person decides not to do it, you cannot take the person to court, right? So it is very important that at least as artists and managers, and then people who want to go in for the artist, you go into a formal arrangement, as in paper-wise, so that when there is something, at least you know that litigation-wise, you can take the person on. So these are my initial comments, sir.
Wonderful. And now to the events, the list of events we have on your calendar. I was asking how you got that list.
Good. I'm going. The Beyond the Return Secretariat is a 10-year initiative that was brought up as a follow-up to the Year of Return, which of course the Ghana Tourism Authority has been keen on making sure that we make Ghana the holiday destination for West Africa and also for the rest of the world, which is very important. That is why Ghana is themed as the center of the world. So the entire world, we are looking at the entire world coming to Ghana. And in doing that, Beyond the Return fashioned out, Year of Return, Beyond the Return fashioned out what we call December in GH. What we have done is to put together what we call a steering committee.
Okay.
There is a steering committee that oversees the events and activities, right? So, information is floated out there for event organizers to bring their events to the committee. There's a whole committee that looks at the events and sees, and usually the events are expected to fall within the 7 pillars of Beyond the Return.
Which are?
1, Celebrate Ghana. 2, Experience Ghana.
Okay.
3, Brand Ghana. 4, Pan-African Heritage and Innovation. 5.
Awesome.
5, we have Invest in Ghana. 6, we have Diaspora Pathways to Ghana. Right. And then there is a 7th one, of course. So this is what it is. We make sure that all the events fall within the pillars of Beyond the Return. The reason being that it is themed, it is more or less going to help each of us to be able to identify why these events are happening. Right.
Okay.
We virtually always do well to encourage event organizers to push these events outside of Accra. Most of these events, what we do is to encourage. Right, but you realize that most of the events take place, 80% of them, of course, take place in Accra. So what we have done is moving forward, we have encouraged most of them that they should be able to push some of the events.
How do we do the encouragement, if you like? Do you give them some financial support? Because, moving the event from Accra to the other parts also bring costs.
Yeah. So
do you support them financially?
As a matter of fact, what we do is to be able to support them in terms of, this December in GH and beyond the return. What we're doing is projecting and marketing the event.
Good.
So, what naturally we do is that the corporate Ghana gets to work with these event organizers in order to bring in more sponsorship. So what we do is to create that enabling environment. We create an enabling environment for these events to strive, and then also for these events to be able to get close to corporate Ghana. So corporate Ghana is able to come on board these events and then be able to support them.
Is there not even a single event on the calendar that government is sponsoring financially?
As it stands, we virtually, I would say that we have some of the events that, for example, if you look at Taste of Ghana, right, Taste of Ghana, for example,
government sponsored,
exactly,
that is GIPC,
exactly. So we're doing that with GIPC, right? That is going to take place on the 27th of December, and it's going to be one of our biggest event, of course, is going to bring out our culture, heritage, what we have in terms of our customs and all that, music, food, and all that. So, but on a very large scale, we create the enabling environment.
I understand the environment, Kakra. I understand the environment, but supposing I have an event, I need financial assistance, and I come to GTA. Can you help me?
Good. So, what we do is that once you come to
enabling environment,
Kwame, once you come to the GTA, right? What we do is probably speak with corporate Ghana, right, and see how corporate Ghana can come on board and support the event. For example, if I Kakra knows someone, or I have that leverage with corporate with a particular company, right? I virtually would obviously go in there and then speak with them and then see how best they can support.
Have you received such requests from people asking for financial assistance?
We've received such requests from some of the event organizers, and we've directed them appropriately as to where and how, and
to which people
succeeded. I may not be able to mention, but of course there are some events that have been able to come to the authority, and we've directed them appropriately to appropriate quarters in terms of corporate Ghana to support them. They have gone to some of the institutions and they've been supported appropriately. We have a marketing department that also looks at domestic marketing. How we are able to domestically market our own, what we have in terms of, for example, our tourist sites and attractions, our events. The events that we are having, they are also marketing tools, right? We need to market it and then be able to get more sponsors, more corporate Ghana on board. So these are some of the things that the Tourism Authority also does.
So we'll be having people come into the country to come see tourist sites and everywhere. Do you train tour guides? Are they trained?
Good, thank you.
How do you train them?
Kwame, thank you. Good. We have what we call, if you look at the entire tourism value chain, we always have what we call the private sector body. And the tour guides are part of the private sector. We have the umbrella body of the private sector. We call it the Ghana Tourism Federation. Underneath, you have the Tour Guides Association of Ghana. You have the Tour Operators Union of Ghana. You have the Ghana Hotels. You have all the others, about 33 associations under the trade associations. You understand? So with that, the tour guides are also one part of the associations that are also trained Right.
Who trains them?
Actually, this is what happens. We have the hot cat, hotel catering and school that trains the various tour guides.
Who evaluates the training?
The evaluation. There are lecturers. Of course, there are lecturers who evaluate the training. Of course, you have a lot of...
GTA directly doesn't have any hand in the training?
We have a hand in the training, of course.
Because I saw a video of some tour guide polluting some foreigners.
Good. That has been taken off. Good.
It's been taken off. I was looking for the video. I couldn't find it.
Kwame.
Yes.
Kwame, yes. That particular issue that happened.
Yeah.
I was part of the meeting where we held a meeting with the tour guides.
Okay.
Our deputy CEO in charge of operations, Mr. Kosamson, was there. So we had a meeting with the Tour Guides Association. It was something that came to the fore of the Tourism Authority. So we took careful consideration in that. We're very particular about it because it virtually was on a bad side. So we quickly had to step in.
So what's happened to that person, that tour guide?
Yes, what we have done is that we have taken the necessary measures that needs to be taken against that person. As a matter of fact, the Tour Guides Association had a meeting with us, and we resolved that moving forward, some of these tourist sites and attractions, we need to be very particular about the tour guides who are positioned there. Of course, what you spoke about happened at Jamestown.
Yeah.
I do recall. Yeah, it happened at Jamestown.
The video is missing on the internet.
Yes.
How did it happen?
Oh.
I regret not downloading it.
Kwame, it's so what the tourism authority does is to check some of these things and then nip them in the bud. Right, because customer service, customer relations is very key to our industry. That is why you see that from time to time we train our tourism professionals in terms of customer service training. We make sure that we train them. In training them, we see how they themselves can also market the facility. In marketing the facility, of course, it creates revenue for government.
Now, before I bring in Hammer, let me ask you this question. I know that Accra Zoo is under wildlife, right?
Yes.
When was the last time you went there?
I think about 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Yes.
How is the state of the zoo now? Do we have species of animals in there for tourists to come and see them?
Kwame, I know where you are driving at.
I'm just asking you.
Kwame, I know where you are driving at. Of course, if you look at the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, it is being positioned in such a way that our various tourist sites and attractions, those that of course are not in good sight, of course, we are trying as much as possible. You know, Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum was somehow, but now we see how it is now. So it is the conscious effort of the ministry to see to the realization of more or less putting some of these tourist sites in good shape. So all these, obviously, everything cannot be done at a go, but of course, it will take some time to fix some of these tourist sites. If you look at Pikoro Camp in the northern region, if you look at Kwame, places like Tetekwashi Koko Museum, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, Yasantua Museum, and then if you look at places like Menchia Palace Museum, all these places are undergoing renovation and refurbishment. So these are feedbacks that helps the Tourism Authority and the ministry to stand on its toes and then see to those renovations that have to be.
This tweet was made on 16th January 2023, and the person. The user is Nanayeboy, says, as a boat driver, a white tourist complained bitterly about the bad state of our zoo in Achimota Forest when I picked him. He then said that of Bamako and Abidjan are far better compared to ours. And then somebody replies, says that he doesn't need to because the zoo at Achimota looks like a prayer camp. Did it look like that when you went there?
Are you see, Kwame, are you talking of religious tourism?
Funeral tourism. Okay, let me leave the rest of the questions and the submissions to my panel members. Hammer.
About the
Yes, December in GA, tourism, arts, culture, everything.
okay, the tourism dilemma. I think that we are caught in the traditional sense of tourism.
Okay.
And we are stuck there with our mindsets because we know that the tourism has to do with sites of historic value, sites of relevance in the Ghana history. And these are the areas we keep on concerning our. But in modern times, I mean, take Dubai. They are number one in tourism now. And they don't have any historic thing to say.
They create things.
Good. It is not about Dubai used to be a fish hub. Fishermen and blah blah. Nobody even remembers. They have created their own history. You see, I think that we should stop. I think that the politicians in the tourism industry should remain politicians who go and bid for the interest from the government.
Okay.
The interest of the tourism from the government. But they should leave the running of the tourism industry to the private sector. So that what they do is that they go and do our bidding for us in government. They go to the Flagstaff House and they say, look, I know this man, this businessman, he wants to build a zoo. All he needs is has to be easy on him at the customs.
Okay.
We need him. We need to go easy on him when he's bringing the animals. We need to go easy on him when he's doing these things. And if we can allow that, this guy will come up with the world-class zoo.
Yeah.
In Accra. It doesn't have to be Accra Zoo. Accra Zoo. The government and zoo. The government's zoo. It doesn't have to be that. There are people with money, neighbors of mine in East Legon, who can single-handedly do these things.
Yeah.
They can't because tourism, no, acquire say government, they are not involved. Let it loose. I need to be in that office.
Wow.
I'm telling you, if they can, I'm not a politician, so I'll be focused on the work. And the politicians, I need them because their value is that they need to go and do our bidding for us.
Okay.
But they should leave us, if I'm in that office, arts and tourism. Jesus Christ.
Are you taking any steps to get in there?
No, I'm not, because who am I? Okay? Listen, this they will call you. Oh, come.
But maybe you're not showing interest in it.
No. Everybody who shows interest there is going with a bigger agenda to go into politics later, to try and do this, end up doing this, end up doing that. It's a passing through thing.
Okay.
Me, I'm not going to pass through. I am going to do the job.
Okay.
But the politicians are important. That's why I keep saying that. I don't want to do away with the
with
politicians.
Them. Okay.
They are our mouthpiece to the government.
Good.
So we need them there.
Great.
But they need to leave the tourism to businessmen. They need to leave it to private sector. Look at this thing you're talking about. Guide, no?
Yeah, the tour guide.
Listen. There are enthusiastic people who can be better guides. I met this guy who knew me. His Twitter handle is 233 something plus 233 something. I don't know this guy from anywhere. This guy had followed me, has followed me since my career started. He has some of the works I lost.
Hey.
He has things that people don't have. He's collected my work. He knows everything about me. He knows where I used to live. He's that kind of fun. And if I need to do a Hammer documentary or biography, something, he should be interviewed.
Wow.
So, in the same way, the guy who should be the tour guide for Elmina Castle, he exists. He's a crazy fan of Elmina Castle. He knows everything about that place. He is somewhere. You need to find that guy. You can't train people to be enthusiastic. You can only train people with ethics.
Okay.
When the white people come, don't say this. Rules of engagement. Don't say this, but say this. Don't say things like this. That's the only thing you can train them. You can train them with ethics, but you can't train them to sell Elmina Castle in a very enthusiastic way. So I think that we need to find enthusiasm in these people who want to do this work. This work you for love Ghana.
Sure.
Right.
If you know, if you just want to do this for payday, you can't do it.
Right.
Great. Thank you, Hama. Let me go to Uncle Ken.
Let's go get a wisdom.
Yes, let me go to Uncle Ken, and I'll come to Adam, and then come back to. Then I'll come to Kakra to finish with him.
Get a wisdom.
Uncle Ken.
Oh, yeah.
December in GH, tourism, arts and culture, and GTA. They're saying they've created an environment for us. Your take?
This is going to be the third
December in GH.
Yeah.
No,
since 2019.
2019.
Yeah, year of return to beyond the return.
That
December in GH was launched. Yes.
Because
of
the COVID.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So
third year.
Yeah.
We look at 4.
2019
4.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think that what pleased me the most was to hear that this year, not only are most of the events tailored at music.
Oh yes. Poetry. We have other things.
Yes,
fashion,
there are
food.
There are other facets of the industry
theater.
that are being. And I even understand there's going to be a basketball festival.
Exactly.
As
There's a
well.
lot. Cuts across sports tourism and all
exactly,
that.
Which cuts across. So I'm looking forward to things happening this year. I just hope that the coordination of most of the events would be good.
Yeah.
Because 176.
178 events.
78. Okay.
178.
Okay.
And Kwame Dadzie, I saw a post that
I made.
You made.
Yes.
A couple of days ago, asking why
the
most
regional
of the events were in Accra and none to the regions. And a lot of people.
People gave brilliant reasons. Sorry.
A few.
A few.
Yes. Comparatively.
Yeah, we have.
You said about 80%.
Yes, in Accra.
Was in Accra.
Of course.
Yes.
And but we have some in Tamale, Boga, Kumasi, Cape Coast, Tema, and the rest. Yeah, we have a number of events.
And people made suggestions.
Yes, and they were brilliant.
Brilliant suggestions.
Yeah, a lot of them were brilliant.
Gave out reasons why taking things
difficult,
outside Accra could pose problems.
Yeah.
Infrastructure.
That was why when he said they were encouraging people to, I asked if they were going to give them financial assistance.
I know.
That's the biggest encouragement.
He says
Kwame, you know.
Kaka, please don't come in now. I'll come to you last, so reserve your points.
He says, as a Ghanaian politician, things are in the pipeline to offer some assistance to certain classes of people.
Great.
I think that we are growing.
Good.
And we should, in this country, we have this habit of always wanting to run things down in their early stages, and not giving things a chance to develop. I think with the return,
beyond the return,
and beyond, it looks like we are giving them the chance to develop.
True.
As a nation, it looks like we're giving.
It's been embraced, actually,
and we hope they grab this chance, and develop.
Great. We will take you along to the events this December, Uncle Ken. Adam, me and Adam, we will take you along. We will take you around.
I will. I'll visit a few.
Okay, great one, Adam.
December in GH initiative is a good one, but I want to see more intentionality.
Okay.
We need to be more intentional, because if you look at some of our compatriots, we are looking at getting about 1.2 million arrivals, which we've received about almost 800,000 from the first and second quarter.
Sure.
Now we are likely to get there. But if you look at our competitors in the space, like South Africa, between January and March, they've done about 4.8 million of arrivals. Kenya is looking at 1.9 by the close of December. it 1.9 million arrivals. It means that the competition is very high. We want to be, if you look at our goal, we want to be the destination, the main destination in the world when it comes to December. That comes with a lot of intentionality. By now, I would have wished to see an ad, a commercial about December in GH, which is talking about...
Kaka, don't we have that already?
We have that. Yeah.
A central commercial about December in GH.
Yes, we do. We do.
Where do you place them?
That's the
you
thing.
place that?
Yeah, it is all over.
Where?
On our TV stations are very important.
On social media?
Yeah, some are on social media.
And one thing too is...
Some are even on some of the stations, of course, yeah.
Okay.
People's events or...
But did you bring some to us?
Is it people's events?
Okay, this is what it is. You see, once the stamp of Beyond the Return, December in GH, is on an event, right? Good. Now, some of the event organizers, of course, have their own ads.
True.
Which goes
I think he's
automatically.
talking about a general...
We have a central one.
Okay.
We have a December in GH that
Good,
has been put
good,
on our social media
On
handles.
social-
And it's also floated on various...
Adam, you've not looked for it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm coming.
I'm
coming there.
Adam is referring to a generic ad.
Yes.
Even my point
Beyond
was
the
not
Return.
even at stopping at creating the ad,
Okay.
but how to communicate the ad.
Okay.
If you visit Dubai page,
Yeah.
South Africa tourism, most of these things are heavily sponsored. You go to Instagram, you open it and you should visit Dubai. To the extent that they are even using some of our creative dancers.
Dance God Lloyd. Yeah.
I mean, this is the level of intentionality I'm talking about. Like, you open Facebook. You see, when we were having this program, which was held at the Black Star Square,
The Global Festival.
Citizen-
you
yeah, Global
open
Citizen.
social media and
And it was in your face.
Yeah.
that is the level of intentionality I'm talking about. Because we need to be that heavy, because most of the target are social media driven.
Right.
And we need that level. It's not just having a video and having it on your page. Because, your page, the engagement is not even like top. So you need that heavy, digital marketing.
Well said.
initiative to be able to, get it there. And
Well said.
getting the people go to the other region, finally.
Yes.
I think you can look at tax incentive to companies who want to sponsor. So if maybe you want to, sponsor event out of Accra, there is that rebate there for you. And that
Thank
other
you.
logistical support.
Yeah.
Some of these things can help drive people to,
Thank you, Adam Entertainment. I'll come to you. Kakra, please prepare your final words for me, 1 minute. So, Pentecost is calling on you to listen to Joy 99.7 FM every Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Please listen to the chairman of the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Eric Nyameche, on Joy 99.7 FM for Pentecost hour. Sundays, 1:30 p.m. And please do that, because he brings you life transforming truth that nourishes the soul, ignites passion, and restores hope in the nations. And so we're saying we are possessing the nation for the Lord. Kakra, please, 1 minute, finally, tell the world something about Beyond the Return, and let's go.
Great. This December, of course, we are expecting a number of tourists, diasporans, people of African descent.
Yeah.
And we are looking forward to the fact that Ghanaians would embrace it and then be part of this whole celebration, because December in GH is a big thing. Of course, we are making Ghana the preferred destination for West Africa and beyond.
Okay.
And then also for the entire world. It is very important that as Ghana is the center of the world, we ourselves become the center of whatever happens in terms of our culture.
Wonderful.
In terms of our heritage, and in terms of what we have. We should sell our country together. Let us make ourselves marketers and sell our country together as event organizers, right?
Awesome.
Whatever events that are up there, we hope and pray that all these events will sell Ghana and Ghana becomes the winner.
Thank you, Kofi Atta Kakra Kusi, Deputy Head Corporate Affairs, Ghana Tourism Authority. A big thank you to you, Adam Mensah Chotambe, journalist, and to you, Uncle Ken, who is host here. Ken's Music Mix, and then Jazz on Joy to you, Hammer of the last two, who is back, big time, back with a bang, and he's releasing, he's back. He's back. The title is what? Echelons.
Yeah, top edge.
Top. No, not top. Upper echelon.
Is he Kwame?
But Kwame.
Thank you very much.
Kwame.
Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been Showbiz A to Z. My name is
inviting
Kwame
you tonight
Dadzie.
to
And this is brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. Superstar multi-food drink. Show produced by Philip Nye and Nita Tay. And then we had Oliver Fangnan on social media. Let's meet next week. Bye-bye.
In partnership with Joy FM, Roverman Productions presents For Girls, The Spell, an original Ebo White play.
Before we go, sister, there is something the Lord has put upon my heart for you. I think the Lord is leading me to you.
Oh, brother. You know, you are like the cloud to me.
Really?
Yes, brother. When you disappear, it's always a beautiful day for me. If the Lord could lead you, why didn't he lead you to a shop where they sell deodorant?
Ah, sister, pray about it. I am sure the Lord will fulfill
You know what? Right now, I need something only you can give me.
What is that, sister?
Your departure. Bye-bye.
Venue, Burma Hall at Burma Camp. Dates, December 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Time, first show on Friday at 7 p.m. 2 shows on Saturday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. 3 shows on Sunday at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Rates, 150 Ghana cedis. For tickets, dial *365 *535 #. WhatsApp 050-554-6010 or visit all usual outlets. Sponsors, Gino and GCB Bank.
Gripping conversations, business opportunities, and inspiring life stories in the engine room. We have it all. Tune in to Springboard, your virtual university with Reverend Albert Okran, this Sunday at 7 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM, Facebook, and YouTube. Catch the repeat telecast on Joy Prime every Saturday at 9 a.m. Sponsors: Enterprise Group, MTN Pulse, UMB Bank, and Central University. Media partners: Joy FM, Joy Prime, and Graphic Business. Springboard. Your personal value will shoot up.
Here's where we turn around. Here's where we turn around.
Hey,